My name is Jesse Vlahovic and I work in the service department. I worked at Trev Deeley's for about 6 years. Started working here as a buddy of mine that I trained at BCIT was working here at the time, and I came in for a show and shine, and we just happened to meet at the time. Good shop, good techs, everybody knew what they were doing, so the opportunity came up and I took the job. I guess my favorite part would be like just, the community here is probably the biggest thing. It's just like, as a technician, you kind of have your hands in all the different departments in some ways. You go talk to the parts guys, you talk to the service writers, so you can kind of, I guess it would basically be that, most of the guys that work here are pretty rad, most of the women here are pretty rad. What got me into riding was it was the fastest way for me to be somewhat self-independent, because when you pass your skills test, you're able to ride by yourself. My bike history would be like, I started on a GS 500, I think it was in 1999, if I'm not mistaken. Loved it. It was awesome. It was a great bike. It was the first bike I ever had. I think it had like 90,000 K on it, like something pretty crazy. So I started on that, and then as I was in BTIT, me and my dad started collecting bikes, and we just started fixing them, learning how to be a mechanic, basically, how to fix bikes, because he was a body man as well. And we started collecting, and now we have something like 20 bikes, 25 bikes, and this is just one of the ones that came up. Tell you about it. It's pretty much bone stock. I pretty much just like it the way that it is. The color scheme is basically all original. These paddle leaders are a little bit different, and then I guess it's got D&D exhaust, but besides that, it's basically bone stock. It's a Buell XP12R. I love the fact that it's a Sportster. It's got so much low-end torque. It's just a great bike to ride. It smooths out, even though it's kind of a Harley motor, they kind of rumble a little bit. The higher RPMs, it smooths out super, super nice. It sounds great. It's just a fun bike. Most of the times what I do is, obviously bolt back and forth to work quite often. But when I can, I train out in Calgary. So one of the head dojos that I train out is in Calgary. So, once a year, I'll put my Yamaha back on the road and I'll take it to Calgary and back. And so I don't do too many long rides. Most of my time in town. What got me into stunting would be, I've been training since I was a young kid, and martial arts and anything basically. So that's the thing about stunts is, stunts could be anything. As motorcycle riding, great cars, it doesn't matter, right? So anything that I did, it kind of gave me an outlet to focus all that training that I had into something, and that's why I chose kind of stunts. There's an opportunity, and that's what I did. The tip that I would have for anybody would be, change your oil and lube your cables. It's the biggest one.